What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Third String Podcast back in effect with another week, another episode. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into it because we have some things to talk about. It's not going to be long, but it's going to be fit for the times. Some good things, though. Let's get into it right now.
Yeah, so the first, I guess the biggest news is the NFL schedule came out today.
That's right.
I mean, it came out last night. And of course,
8 p.m.
We're going to dive into, the Falcons schedule. We are a local Atlanta Falcons our team, so we're going to dive into the Falcons schedule.
Real quick with that, I saw other people's schedules first. Then I was like, boom, Atlanta. It comes up, and I'm like, all right, let's see what it is.
I think we prepared because we knew like the division we faced. We knew.
Yeah, I know, because they mix our division with other with NFC.
So we knew we played the AFC West, and we played the NFC. It's not the East. We played the NFC North, I think.
Believe North, yeah.
Yeah, we played the NFC North.
North, and then of course our division, the NFC South.
Right. So we knew the teams that we had to face. It's just I think with Tom Brady coming to Tampa Bay made it like, man, the quarterbacks we're gonna face this year is crazy. So
I think while we do this, we should also look at the what season was it? I want to look at 2 seasons. I want to look at the 2016 season when we went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And then the other one, I think it was the 2011 season or something like that, where where we could have went further. I think it was.
Yeah, when we lost to the 49ers.
The 49ers. That was 2011. Right. But the season ended in the next year, obviously, which is 2012. So yeah. So 2011 I want to look at, and that 2016 season I want to look at. Because I would just look at the teams we played.
Yeah, just compare.
Yes, the schedule. And then I want to compare it to this one, because you may not always need to be fearful and be afraid of who you play matchup wise, which we'll get into in a second.
Yeah, because things could happen. Like
things could happen.
Jail.
Yeah.
And that's one of the teams that and injuries could happen. So yes, a bunch of variables can definitely happen.
But the biggest one again could be like you said, we could just click and it won't matter who we play. Because again, that 2016 season is probably one of the best seasons I've seen, period, of clicking. Like everything was perfect.
Everything happened. But also we could ride off the second half where we played very well on defense. So we can ride off kind of that success. We think Dante Fowler is better than Vic Beasley. So
yes,
we have upgraded. We both think Devontae Freeman, Ty Gurley is better than Devontae Freeman. So I think we feel like we've upgraded. I don't know if AJ Terrell is better than Desmond Trufant. He definitely wasn't probably not better than Trufant the 16 year.
Yeah.
So, and that's to say
Trufant's not even better than the Trufant of that year.
16 year, yeah. And then is Fowler going to be better than the Vic Beasley 16? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So, hopefully, because that Vic Beasley was beastly.
Yeah, he led the league in sacks. So yeah. So we don't have to have like no one player has to be down. We all have to play well, but not one player has to take
right.
Marlon Davidson, Grady Jarrett, Tack. Yeah. I think Tack is a 3-sack guy if he does that, and everybody do their job. I think we'll be competitive.
I agree.
So when you first saw the schedule, what did you think about when you first saw the schedule?
I saw the opening game was the first thing I looked at. I always wonder, who do we play first? Yeah. Second, who are we playing first at home on our home game?
My guy. My guy is the first. My guy.
So it happened to align perfectly.
Right.
The first game happens to be the first home game.
Right.
Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle. My guy.
I like it. Kind of made me sad, and I'll explain why in a second. I like it because of they never come here.
Right.
They rarely ever. And then what made me sad was you possibly might not have fans at the games.
Yeah.
And that made me sad because I would go to that. I don't even know what they did with ticket sales last night because they had to have gone live. So I want to know what happened with season tickets,
That's true. I
and
didn't even think about that.
because usually it would skyrocket right now.
Right.
People would have went off last night to
Right.
buy all that stuff. I don't know
That's
what the
true.
deal is.
That's true. So when I first look at the schedule, I always I always look at the first game because I think they had the theory was that we were going to play the Packers the first game.
Right.
Because Falcons and Packers have like a weird history now with us pretty much winning. But
Yep. So
um,
hyped about that.
yeah, so they was talking about that. I always look at the Saints. I always look at them in the division games. We got a brutal last 5 weeks of the season, last 5 weeks. And I also look at the primetime games. So we got 2 primetime games. We have
Right.
the Monday night against Green Bay, and then the Thursday night
night.
against Carolina.
Yep.
That even makes me nervous because that can
Yeah.
either be really good for us or really bad. So that
Right.
one makes me extremely nervous. But I went through last night when I saw it, and I picked what game, like what I thought our record was gonna be.
All right. You want to pull it up?
Yeah, I'll pull up the schedule.
Yep. So while you do that, other than that first game, I looked at matchups. Who are we playing? And I'm like, come on, man. It has to get. I'll pull it up on the screen in a second. Accept it.
Can you see my screen right?
I'll pull it up in a second.
Okay.
I see it. I'll click on it.
Okay.
It's just I saw the matchups and I was like, bro, this can't be good. Then I was like, Tom Brady's in the division. Where is that matchup?
Right.
It's at the end. So I said, oh, okay. I'm good with that. So with that being said,
both of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's there.
All right. So of course, the first game we already said against the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears. We had the Monday night game with the Packers. Then we got the Panthers, Vikings, Lions, Panthers again, Broncos. Then our bye week, Saints, Raiders, Saints, Chargers, Buccaneers, Chiefs, Buccaneers. So the first thing I asked myself is what quarterbacks are we facing? Because that's the most important position. And we faced like really good ones. We got
all except
like maybe 3, like Mitchell Trubisky with the Bears. Kirk Cousins he beat us, so I'm gonna put Kirk Cousins as a good one. Matthew Stafford, Drew Lock. Luckily, it doesn't look like we play any rookies. So
right.
we do.
That's funny.
We do terrible against rookies. Quarterback.
Well, don't we play the what's it? Chargers? Don't they?
We do play the Chargers. Yeah, so we do have one rookie.
Yeah.
Well,
if that's the case.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't start.
Right.
Taylor is still, so if he starts, then that's a bad omen for us.
This is true.
So let's go game by game.
Yep.
Let me know if it's a win. And I'm gonna tell you, so right now I really battled. I had us at 9-7.
Okay.
9-7. I settled at 10-6.
Okay.
So that just tells you kind of where I'm at.
We'll go one by one. I guess I'll go first. Then you answer on the same one. Then we'll just keep going down rather than like one at a time.
Right.
Let's just like tackle the one, both of us, and then go to the next one.
Okay, cool.
All right. So Seattle opening.
Yes.
It's so difficult because you don't know what they're gonna do. But Russell, your dude.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's playing in Sierra's home.
Right.
So everybody's going to show up. That's going to be epic. Like, say, again, we don't know if fans will be able to be at the games. But if they will be,
right,
I think it'll be a mixed crowd.
I can see
because,
that.
Again, everybody loves him. Second, it's just, we haven't talked about this in like a year. It sucks going to the games and people aren't in just red and black. You have so many bandwagon fans or people that transient fans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It annoys me, but I think it's hard to choose, and I know you feel this. It's hard to choose.
Mm-hmm.
But being that it's at home, being with this roster, it's the first. There's no game before then except preseason.
Right.
I'll say a win.
All right, you're saying a win. So I looked at last year. Last year we were down 24-0 at halftime. This, of course, is the one game Matt Ryan didn't play. We lost 27-20. So we lost by 7 without Matt.
Correct. I remember that. I forgot about that.
I just remember, I think it was last podcast I did all the stats of the Seahawks and the Falcons.
Correct.
Falcons beat them up in like every statistical category. Quarterback.
Yes, but I feel we're better. We're a better team this year from what we have. So go ahead.
I think we have rookies in key positions, not even like rookies and second-year players in very key positions.
Right.
I just think Russell Wilson's going to be too much. I have this as a loss for the Falcons.
I mean, of course, it can go either way.
Right. All right.
Yeah. All right.
So next we have the Dallas Cowboys. You want me to start this?
Oh, yeah.
So Dallas Cowboys, I have this as a win, and this is why. I don't know if Dak will even play. So because Dak might not play.
Contract?
Yeah, with the contract. Like
he's not going to do a Zeke. Just let you know.
I think he will. First of all,
he's not that dude.
He saw it with Zeke. I think we thought he wasn't that dude, but he has put his line in he put his feet in the sand with Jerry Jones in his contract.
Yeah.
I think he will hold out. Especially like Andy Dalton. I don't think he's afraid of Andy Dalton. I think he's like,
he's not.
Do what you do. Like they think, oh, we got Andy Dalton, so we got, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we got leverage. If I'm Dak, I don't care about Andy Dalton because Andy Dalton has never won a playoff game.
Right.
I don't care. So I think this is a loss for the Cowboys. So this is a win for us. So right now I'm saying we are 1-1 because I'm saying Dak will not play.
All right. I just said Dak plays, it don't matter. 2-0.
Oh, you got 2-0.
I'm just leaving it there because, yeah, they have a stacked team in a weird way. But I feel like we can handle that pressure. Like, you think of Dak, you think that he can run. You think of Andy Dalton, you think he can run. We're going to be bringing that pressure, that blitz. Hopefully we do blitz more, by the way.
Yeah.
I just think it's a W.
Okay. So you got us 2-0 right now. I got us
1-0. 2-0. And then again, obviously, both of these two games so far can be either way.
Either way, yeah.
Like it's a tough schedule.
Right. So the next one we have the Bears. I think either way, Nick Foles, Mitchell Trubisky. I think this is a win for us.
Yes.
So there's not really much to say unless they're gonna run out all the 50 tight ends they have on their roster.
All 10 are going to play. They're going to do a Hail Mary, and they're all going to be successful.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just don't think this is a really good.
We don't need it. Yeah, we don't need to stay on that. 3-0 for me.
They declined Mitchell Trubisky.
Yes, for that last.
But that's also a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I have 2-1. You have 3-0.
3-0. Yep.
All right. Green Bay, I have this as 3-1. So I have us going 3-1. We'll beat Green Bay because Green Bay has, first of all, they
didn't get nothing.
They have not brought anything to their team, and we were beating them when they were good.
Agreed.
They were better. We were beating them. If we do better stopping the run, of course, the two running backs are always a problem.
Correct.
But other than that, they have no wide receivers. Other than
they have one.
Adams. Yeah, Devontae
Adams is a beast.
He's a beast, but that's it. So
right. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers will be sacked a lot in this game. A lot. Right. He'll definitely be rushed out the pocket a lot, which I don't like at the same time. And let me break that down. Why I don't like him being rushed out the pocket, because he actually does better. Just like Russell at times does better rushing outside. So I think if we do it, it'll be successful. If we don't do it, it'll actually work in our favor. So I think it's another.
You got a 4-0.
What does it has a date?
Yeah, that's the October 5th. This is
so it's not too cold. Yeah, that's 4-0.
4-0. I got us 3-1. So we're still, both of us got it pretty good. So the Panthers, again, for me, this is another win. This is 4-1 for me. I think Teddy Bridgewater is good. I just don't think he's good enough. I don't think that team is good.
So uplift that team to Cam like old status, to Drew Brees status, to the top of the top status. I think he's in the same position as Russell is with Seattle, but I don't think he's nearly as good after the injury to do what Russell can do. Well, again, they're not a bad team. We know that Seattle, but and also with playoff runs, but the head of that snake is Russell. The head of this snake is Teddy.
It's Teddy,
He's
and
good. They'll do pretty decent, but I don't think again, if our defense can be what it is on that front line, no.
yeah, I
They're
don't.
not stopping us.
I just don't think. I think he's good. I just don't think the team as a totality is good.
No. He needed a better team to help him out with this new second coming of Teddy Bridgewater.
Just like New Orleans. New Orleans was a really good team.
A good team. And he is a good quarterback, but he had a better team behind him to help him get back into that motion.
Right.
You're a good quarterback. You showed it. You were a great quarterback before. And now you are on a worse team. Not an awful team, but you're on a team that's not as good as your last one.
Right.
So what is that? 4-0?
That's 5-0 for you.
Oh, 5-0. Yes, 5-0 for me.
5-0. I have 4-1. Yes. All right. So at Minnesota, I have this as 4-2. And the reason I have us losing this game is because they mollywopped us the first game.
Yeah, that game bothers me still because it should never have happened like that.
There's nothing there that tells me that they can't do it again. They haven't like Cook. Yeah, Diggs is gone, but Adam Thielen is still there. I believe they drafted wide receiver in the draft. Yes. I mean, of course, I think Matt Ryan is better than Kirk Cousins, but I think Vikings team might be better. They beat us bad last year, and I don't feel a reason why they can't do it again. So I got 4.
I do. I will say 5-1.
So you have them losing too.
Yes, but this could for sure also go either way because if it just depends on if we can stop the run. They ran all over us last year, is what they did.
Yep.
If we can stop the run, which I believe in us, man, since it's preseason talk and our defense, what I see, man, 6-0.
No,
bro, 6-0 because because the only thing we have to stop is the run.
Yeah, but we didn't do it. What showed
this year with the roster changes, I believe we can do that. With that being said, we will patch up that hole.
Okay.
Job is done. That's the only thing we need. You said if they did it last year, what's the reason? There's no reason for them to not do it again to us this year.
Reason why. Because everybody.
The reason is we have a better O-line, our D-line. We have a better linebacking core, hopefully better DBs with our boy Keanu being healthy. I pray. No,
but I think these are all ifs. Like, do we have a better secondary? We don't know yet. Is AJ Terrell better than Trufant was?
All I can do and all we can do is speculate based off of moves, trades, drafts.
I don't know if our linebacking core is better.
Bro, all these games could be 0-6.
But losing Devontae Campbell could be huge. Terrell Davison was there last year. He was supposed to be our big DT run stopper. He was there. Grady was there when they were running through us. Tack was there when they were running through us. Are you saying Dante Fowler's going to stop him? Marlon Davison's not going to stop him? I just don't see.
I hope
I'm wrong.
Yes, I feel we have a better dynamic. Some people can literally change the course of certain teams. One person, you have somebody here, you move them out. Just like I said, too. You have this team, remove Matt Ryan, put somebody else there. Say you put Russell there.
Right.
You're a Super Bowl team every year.
Right.
But I feel Matt Ryan could be a contender to play against us in a Super Bowl if he went, like, say, AFC. Right. If he went to another team.
Right. Like he went to the Chargers or something.
Yes. I don't feel like he's right for us. We're not right for him. He is not bad. We can't take that away from him.
Right.
He's just not fit for the Falcons. And we're not a good fit for him anymore.
Right.
So, yes, I just feel like with a different team, it could go. I'll just play it safe. I'll say 5-1.
So 5-1, I got 4-2. So the Lions, to me, this is a win for us. So I got
That's a win.
5-2. I think the Lions will not be good this year. I think this is the year.
They won't be good for at least 2-3.
Yeah, I think they're a team that projected to get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields.
You do need a quarterback at this point. I'm sorry. And then where's your boy gonna go? Retirement?
Stafford, he could go to New England, depending on what Jarrett Stidham does. If he doesn't do well, go over there to New England.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Or Jacksonville. I'm not a huge Gardner Minshew fan, but Jacksonville, I feel, is a huge candidate. Or Washington Redskins if Dwayne Haskins doesn't work out. So it's the little things that could potentially. But I think the Lions are definitely a candidate for.
Mentioning the Redskins, did you see the Alex Smith E60?
Yeah, I did.
Bro.
I think he broke his leg too.
Bro.
Brutal.
Not that was brutal. What was even worse is the recovery.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna get it. Like, you're talking about graphic.
Yeah, I'm talking about graphic.
Like, horror movie graphic. What they did to save that man, and it's amazing that he's alive and even has that leg. But he still has 3 years left on his contract.
Yeah, so he's still on the roster. But I think his football days are done.
I think it should be.
But he's still trying to come back, so we'll see.
Bro, one game. I don't know what to tell you. That's crazy. If he does play, which I do believe in him after watching that man has a heart of a lion. Mm-hmm. If that man does play another snap, I'm all for that game.
Right. Yeah, I'm good to see it.
But yes, so the Lions, that's a W.
So you're 6-1 and I'm 5-2. All right, so Panthers, again, I think this is a win. And I say this because even with Cam, we historically did very well with the Panthers.
Right.
I'm saying we're 6-2 with the Panthers. This is the Thursday night game. What are you saying with the Panthers?
W.
6-2. So that makes you 7-1 right now.
Yeah, correct.
Next is the Broncos. Again, I say this is a win. Drew Lock will taking over as quarterback. I guess I'm saying this is a win because I don't know what Drew Lock really is.
Nah, that's a win.
But they got Judy. They got really good wide receivers now.
We'll shut that down. He won't even be able to get fair snaps off. It'll be interception kingdom.
All right, so I have a 6-2. You have a 7-1. That's going into the bye. Let me write this down. 7-1. I have a 6-2. So that's still, both sides are still a pretty.
I'm good with it. Yeah,
pretty good record. All right. Yeah. Now this is where it gets a little tricky.
Yes, and this is always. If you remember, also the 2015 season, we started hot on fire with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers when they made it to the Super Bowl. We were right there with them.
Right.
Then we lost, like, we only won one game out of like the rest of them.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get a little tricky.
Yes, and here we go.
So at New Orleans, I have this as a loss. I think New Orleans is a really good football team.
They
make championship moves. I hate New Orleans, but I respect the hell out of them. So I have us at 6-3 at this point.
I have a loss.
You have a loss too. So
of course, all this, it depends on who we are. Yeah. This could go either way. It really could, but how that team is still a Super Bowl contending team. It's a loss. So 7-2.
Yeah, you got a 7-2. I have a 6-3. Yeah. So the Las Vegas Raiders, I have this as a win. So I have a 7-3 at this point. I don't believe they believe in Derek Carr. I think their potential to get a Justin Fields, maybe not a Trevor Lawrence.
I feel they have good pieces for sure on that team. Yeah. They just need that quarterback. Yeah. Now, if he gets hot and has one of those like great games, then and we lose, then you did your best.
Yeah, I don't even think they really filled out their wide receiver position. So I think it's still a little bit of holes, but I think they're for Justin Fields and like Jamie Newman. Georgia, I don't think they're Trevor Lawrence like up there for Trevor because you probably have to be the first pick to get him. But I think you can be like 10 in that mid round, and you probably like Jamie Newman. I think they're so. I have them there. So I have this as a win. So that's 7-3 from me. You have this as a win. So that's
a win as well. Yeah, 8-2.
So the Saints, I battled. This is the one I really battled with because I had this as a loss at first.
Nope, I have it. It's 1-1.
Yeah, I said we split last year, even with the season we had, we split last year. So why wouldn't we split this year?
I
So
agree.
I have us as 8-3 at this point.
9-2.
9-2. So next is the Chargers. Again, this is really tricky for me. I don't think the Chargers will be that
It's
good.
just, could they catch us on an interesting day?
Yeah, but the quarterback the quarterback situation astounds me. I don't. If Tyrod Taylor's there, I think this is a definite win. If Justin Herbert is there, this is my problem because we are historically bad against rookie quarterback. I don't know why we are historically bad. Again,
Right.
we lost to Kyler Murray last year. I don't know why we're bad against rookie quarterbacks. So if Tyrod Taylor plays, I think the win.
How mobile is Justin Herbert?
He's pretty mobile. He has a big arm. He's not
And
like Kyler Murray mobile, but
that's what I'm saying. That hurts us.
right. I still have this as a win for us.
Yes, I'm going with the win.
So what are you at?
This will be 10-2.
10-2, and I'm at 9-3.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So next, I mean, the next is Buccaneers, Chiefs, and Buccaneers. I can just tell you these are all losses to me.
These Buccaneers, Chiefs, Buccaneers.
Yeah.
We will split. We will split with the Bucks.
I don't, and this is why I don't see. First of all, let's just get the Chiefs out the way. I don't think anybody's gonna mess with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are gonna be the best team.
For sure.
Too good. That offense is too good. I don't know if our offense can hang with them. Our offense will have to hang with them. I don't know if they can. So we'll
see. But I think that's a definite loss. But it could happen. We could win. The other ones, the Bucks, though, I don't get why we're hyping them up yet. We haven't seen them play.
Well, this is why I'm hyping them up. If it wasn't for Jameis Winston throwing interceptions, they would have killed us both games. So if you take that away, those first game was a blowout. Blowout. Second game was moving towards that, but the interceptions brought us back in.
Right.
So the team without Jameis Winston, even with Jameis Winston, they were really good. So now I'm adding Tom Brady with the weapons they have. I don't see. First of all, we not only did we do really bad against Tampa, even though we won one, we do really bad against Tom Brady. Like if you take away the Super Bowl win, I'm not going to bring up 25-point deficit that was overcome because Matt Ryan's such a legend, but let that happen. I'm not going to bring that up. But if you talk about the next game after that season, the very next season we played it was like a Sunday night game. We played New England. They blew us out.
I understand that, but you remember that season, man. Like, we were nowhere near competitive to play anybody. The worst team in the league could beat us. Right. That is not the case right now. That's like all history has to go out the window with what I'm hoping we're about to do, because this is the last hurrah. If you don't get it together now, y'all are all fired.
Yeah.
So let's just say, let's be fans of our local team.
I am a fan.
If they're making the right moves, let's give them A for effort for trying. They're trying. And we're actually approving of some of the moves that they're doing on a grand scale. They're getting people who we didn't even think that they could get. They're also getting people who we've projected, or how we had this idea of who we wanted to get, and then we'll wake up the next day and we got them.
Right.
They're making power moves. Even though in the draft we talked about, they got picks of positions just like they did the year before as well. But I think this one was actually better. They got the positions we wanted, but not the people.
Right.
So, but the plain fact you got the positions, I got to trust your NFL professional mind, and you know what you're doing. I have to just sit back and trust you until you fail. I have to trust you that you know what you're doing in your own house. So with that being said, hey, you at least got the positions right. The people, you'll have to prove it to me.
Well, I guess I see it differently because they have failed. To me, they have failed. We could just start off a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl was a fail.
But the thing,
hold on,
yes.
Takk McKinley's draft class. If you go back to Takk McKinley's draft class, was a fail.
Yes,
was a fail. Jalen Collins fail. So Yeah, we have I think they have shown situations, and we can even talk. I was at the Ravens game where they had situations where they fell, where they went for it on 4th down and got stopped.
This
So
stuff, man, ain't.
they
If
showed me countless. Even though I agree, we both like these moves that they're making.
if they still do some of this idiotic, have these like idiotic tendencies from the past, did you really learn anything? All right, like I know you're not threatened by being fired, Quinn, but
Right.
like
He ain't. He can't be third because he's not. So
he'll be let go this year if he fails.
well, I mean, I got him at 10-6, and I think 10-6 is a still retained because you're fighting for a wild card or you have a wild card.
That's crazy.
So I don't need 10-6 to get you in the playoffs.
Oh no, that hasn't happened in a good amount of years. That used to get you in. That's gone.
Yeah, so
especially on the NFC, that's gone.
So what do you have? You have us at what, 12-4?
Because
you said it was not 12-4. You have us 11-5 because you have
Buccaneers. I have us splitting the Bucks, losing against the Chiefs,
and
then what is the other one? The Saints.
Yeah, we beat. We both said he beat the Chargers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have 6 and you have 11-5.
And that's just gonna get it. That's gonna compete to get in the playoffs at that.
Bro.
That's scary, by the way.
I mean, that could also get in the division. Like that's close. You could fall out or you could win the division.
Do you know how tight the top 3 of our division is gonna be between us? I do believe us, the Saints, and Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be. We're gonna have the best division again in the NFL. I'll leave it there.
I agree, but I also believe of the 3, we have the worst quarterback. So I don't see why I would believe, especially not only do we have the worst quarterback of the 3, we did nothing to address the backup role. So Matt Schaub had a good game against Seattle last year, but it's easy to have a good game when you're down 24-0 at halftime.
Who is Tom Brady's backup right now?
Blaine Gabbert. So no, their backup isn't great either.
Their backup is straight up Matt Schaub, a younger version.
I would probably think Matt Schaub better than him.
I agree with that. Blaine was super hyped coming out.
Reserve.
And then he was just a bust, a scared bust. No, so they didn't address it either.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about them. They have probably the best football player ever. So I'm not really talking about them. I'm just talking about us. We didn't address it, and like there was an article about should we have Cam Newton as our backup. I think we both agree. First of all, I don't think Cam Newton would ever do it.
He would never do it in this division ever.
But why wouldn't we want him as a backup? And it was like, well, we have Matt Schaub, and that's why I hate reading these Falcon articles, man, because man, I swear they're on Matt Ryan's payroll the way they talk about it. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it. But I don't think I know we have the worst quarterback of the 3. So why would I think that the Buccaneers and the Saints won't do better than that?
I wonder if Matt Ryan gave you an MVP season again, Daryl.
He would have to.
Oh, would you like him then?
I liked him then.
For the year, would you like him for the year if he gave you an MVP type of season?
Because he gave me an MVP type season in 16 and then blew a 25-point lead. No, I wouldn't.
By the way, that was not 100% his fault.
No,
that was coaching to the T.
I agree. But if we would have won, we would have gave him all the credit. So if we're gonna win and give him all the credit, then
you never give coaches the credit.
But when we lose, he needs to take some of the blame too. He needs to take that blame. Like I don't get why he's so untouchable. Like I said in the last podcast, I don't understand what he has done to be so untouchable.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. No, if Matt Ryan has an MVP season, will I change my stance on him? No, because I've seen him have an MVP season, and the story ended up to be the exact same. Actually, it became worse because he did what no team has ever done before.
Yeah.
You think if Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Drew Brees had a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl, they're losing that game?
No.
Like, I can name a bunch of quarterbacks, and do we think 25-point lead at the end of the third quarter,
Right.
were they losing that game? So no, if Matt Ryan has an MVP, no, my feelings will not change.
I still got to say this too, man, at the same time. I agree with you. You know this. You don't need to question me.
Right.
But that defense dropped the ball. Oh, well,
Oh,
exit
hold on,
out.
I'm gonna stop. I was scared. I was gonna say, oh, my bad.
That defense is more at fault, and that coaching staff.
Let's coach, but that's okay. So then you're proving my point. So why do you believe with that coaching staff? You're saying, well, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, but we seen them fail.
We have seen them fail. All I'm saying, I'm leaning off. You're right. I don't have anything sound. I don't have anything definite. I'm leaning off of. I believe Dan Quinn could be a good coach in some realm of life.
Like,
I'm trying to get you to ring that out to like show me that. Show me who we thought you were.
I think he showed you what we thought he was. He was a guy like the brotherhood speech is so played out at this point. And it's like, I think he showed us who he was. He's not that great of a tactician when it comes to coaching. Mentally, like the chess game of coaching. He's not great at it. I think we showed us it. So when he's going against Sean Payton and Bruce Arians, I just don't really trust him. So it's not even a Matt Ryan thing. I don't trust even Dan Quinn in these situations. Do I like Raheem Morris? Absolutely. I absolutely like Raheem
But
Morris.
wonder if he's just like studying right now. This man's working.
Dan?
No, Raheem.
Yeah, I think so.
Wonder if he's just like, which I know he is. He's just grinding right now, just getting massive plays. This man is trying to have, it's his chance. He's trying to have the best defense in the league.
And this should tell you all about Dan Quinn and why I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt like you are. He took over the defense and the defense got worse. Then the defense got better when he took his hands off of it. That tells me everything I need to know right there.
Okay. All right. You win. I don't have a rebuttal because I'm like, if that's your thing and you were terrible at your thing, why are you there?
Yeah, I just think I'm so ready for the Dan Quinn, Matt Ryan, Thomas Dimitroff era to be over with.
I agree.
I'm not these people like, well, what happened if the next quarterback is blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that's just the risk you take in life. Like, if you, like your first love, if you break up with your first love, like now you meet your wife. Like, you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen when the Baltimore Ravens, of course, about to marry into a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I follow them closely. They didn't know what they had in Lamar Jackson. People were trying to make Lamar Jackson a wide receiver. People thought when the Chiefs drafted Pat Mahomes, they was like, y'all are crazy. You have Alex Smith. Why did you even do that?
Right.
So like people don't know that risk until you actually have the guts to take it. I just feel like you know who Matt Ryan is. You know who he is. With the moves, he's a 7-9 quarterback, 8-8 quarterback. With the moves we made, that can push us to 10-6 and all this stuff that we're making. But I think
at most he is a 9-7 quarterback. Do not give him that.
So then, if he's 9-7 quarter, then what are we doing here?
He's the greatest of all time in Atlanta history. Is what we're doing here.
We're too scared because of our history. We're too scared to take chances because we're like, I don't know when this will ever happen again.
Right.
No, at some point you're going to have to restart at some point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, it'll happen one day, man. One day, for real. One day. Not anytime soon, but one day.
I mean, he's still got a 3-year contract, so you're
which is insane to me. Like every year we talk about it goes up.
Yeah.
He got 3 more years. He got 4. There's 4 more years left.
7 years. Like it just seems like I don't know. And maybe I know I'm in the minority here in my feeling. It's almost like watching college football. And I kept saying about Remember at the beginning of college football season, they had Jake Fromm as a first-round quarterback.
Yes. And then people saw he was basic.
I was like, no way. No, there is no way he's a first round. And then I feel like I'm just on this hating train. And then I don't know.
I get it, man. Just exhale. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. No, I feel you on that though. But he is who we thought he was, who we think he is, and that's it. We'll just have to hope he has those stints of like greatness of 2016 before the Super Bowl. No, the 2016 till halftime.
So halftime,
No,
yeah.
the 26. Yeah, I'll say halftime because he was lighting them up.
Yeah,
We were destroying that team. Like it was so beautiful to watch how, like, man, that should never have happened.
And I agree, dumb coaching put us in that position. But also there was times where Matt Ryan could have made the play.
Look,
and he doesn't do it.
All of them, including Matt Ryan with Tom Brady, with coaching to coaching, everybody got out chess matched.
Right.
Everybody. That's all that game became. Was like, I have to beat you mentally.
Mm-hmm.
I have to outplay you. It was a chess match, and they lost. Each person on the Falcons lost.
Right.
Because
absolutely,
Matt Ryan could have done some things, but also to help out, you see your man struggling. Coaching, put different people in. Again,
right.
You had Freeman in when you should have had Tevin Coleman.
Right.
At certain plays.
And run the ball, and we're not having this conversation.
You didn't, I don't know.
You're not having this conversation, man.
Or kick field goals at certain times.
Right. You're not having this conversation.
I don't know. Greed is not good.
But that's why
that's coaching.
I can't put trust in them.
But what? A lot of that coaching staff has now left, correct?
From the Super Bowl year, yes, but
yes,
still here from last year. All of them are here from last year, yeah.
Man, I'm not going to keep trying to defend them, but let's just, they're still trying to recover from, because you remember, Sarkisian.
Uh-huh.
They had that man try to run another man's playbook.
And he never ran in the NFL before.
Listen to that, though. How stupid was that? It worked for us. Hey, you need to learn how to do this. Do you know how long it took to even learn that type of playbook, period? How many seasons did we fail? It was like 4 seasons before it finally clicked, and we got it the 16th season. That's it.
You're proving my point. Dan
Quinn, I am.
Yeah, Dan Quinn hired Sarkisian when he had no NFL experience to run somebody else's offense instead of bringing
learn it. Yes, I know.
Like, these are decisions, but yet he still kept his job. And Sarkisian actually statistically had a really good year. It wasn't his fault. He statistically had a really good year. He was just very bad in the red zone. But Matt Ryan,
we were so bad in the red zone. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But I mean, how much is Matt Ryan going to be some of that? Like I tell you, I said this last podcast, and I'm going to say this again. Matt Ryan throws 3 interceptions. We're going to blame the hot dog vendor. Like we're going to find somebody else to blame. And I'm kind of over it, man. I'm kind of just over it.
I've been over it, man. 2 years ago. 3.
So if he gives me a MVP season, to me, it means nothing.
But what about, what'd you say, 10-6?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are we going to an extra game this year?
No, not this year.
Okay, all right. So 10-6.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling?
I feel like I've always felt, they're good enough to make playoffs.
Even if that, all right,
we're bad enough.
10-6, and we snuck in that last wild card spot.
Am I feeling good about it? I mean, the only
based off of last year and how trash we've been.
No, I'm not feeling good about it because I know that this is more Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn era. So I'm not feeling great about it. If we
you look, You want them to have a losing record.
I just want to get. I want to pull this Band-Aid off. Just like, off.
Look, you're low key as a fan. You're believing in us. Oh, we're gonna get that dub on this game, that game, that game.
Uh-huh.
But what do you want? Why is this podcast, guys? You guys watching and listening has become a therapy session.
I want to peel this Band-Aid off.
Okay. But what do you want this year? Do you want us to have a losing record so we can move on?
I never want us to have a losing record.
So,
as a fan, I never want us to lose.
It's hard though. It's hard because.
But do I like Dan Quinn as a person? Maybe so. I don't know. I don't
never question that.
Yeah, but am I over his coaching? Am I over Matt Ryan's quarterbacking? Yes. Over Tom Dimitrov? Yes, I'm over
GMing.
Yes, GMing. I'm over it. I'm ready to move. I look at all these other teams that weren't afraid to move on, and I look where they are. Like again, Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens. Look at what Green Bay did. Like I look at all these people who weren't afraid. Like we talked about New England. They didn't have Tom Brady, who wasn't their starter. He wasn't trying to be their starter. Like these that's not afraid to move on, and they did it. And look at these good things happen. We just gonna keep holding on, and like you said, wringing out that rag till it's bone dry.
Yep. Guess so, man. We'll just have to ride the rest of this train. If so, I'll hop back on that Chiefs bandwagon.
Oh, you know what I'm about
to. Because that was fun. That was fun that we were out, and I was like, man.
Because even if you have let's say the Houston Texans, Baltimore Ravens, let's not even add the Kansas City Chiefs. These people, let's go even Miami Dolphins, Cincinnati Bengals. Don't they wake up thinking they got a shot?
Now, yeah.
The quarterback we have a shot. Even I even take the New York Giants with Daniel Jones. You have a shot to be.
They do believe each season it's going to start. It's now. The time is now.
I just don't feel that way.
I agree with you, but I will say this: when it is game day, I do feel that. You just take it one game at a time. I know because I remember this feeling each year. I always say, man, we're 0-0. If we can just keep tackling each game, but then when I start watching the game, I'm like, bro, we're boring. No, I'm talking about nothing bad will happen yet, but I'm like, we're not even electrifying.
I think, and I think I just lost faith in Matt Ryan. I just think I lost faith in
we've done that 3-4 years ago when we met. It's the same thing. It's going to be the same thing, but hopefully not. But we'll just have to see.
So yes, we both have them in the playoffs. If they don't make playoffs, I think
it'll only be because all the other teams will be so good.
Yeah, that schedule's brutal. The schedule's brutal.
But with those records, 10-6, 11-5 that I have, it could either make the playoffs, it could not make the playoffs, it could sneak in the wild card. You don't know.
Right.
But are we gonna run it up on teams to make sure that we made the playoffs like we did in 2016, which again was so amazing to know that we locked that thing in at number one. I don't see that ever happening in the rest of this era. So yeah,
I agree.
Was there anything else?
Yeah, we could talk about great teams. We can move on to the Chicago Bulls documentary. I know we want to talk about that. The Last Dance. I wanted to know what you felt about it. I'm caught up, but you're not yet. But
I have 1.5 episodes at this time to catch up, or 1.25, something like that.
What is your feelings about the documentary?
Before you got caught up and watched it, I told you to watch it. I love that. I don't know why they waited 20-something years. It shouldn't have happened.
Right.
Because you have some real good stuff. And it's like you saved it for a quarantine. Like you knew it was going to happen and you dropped it. But I'm glad you did because it had some really good things, especially in the beginning, that, man, just to be able to know this stuff as a fan of that team, it's crazy that they knew to film that last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole Scottie Pippen thing. We can talk about the pay.
That was
Crazy.
That was amazing to be because we were kids,
Yeah.
younger, so we don't care about that.
No, we
Not
didn't know the inside of that. But the plain fact that he was the sixth highest paid on the team alone,
on
and
the,
what the 122nd in the league,
he was
and
making
being technically the second best player in the NBA.
he was making a little over $3 million, and to put this in perspective, Jordan was making $33 million,
That's
and he
yeah,
was making $3 million. So that just puts he's the second best player in the league.
yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I think from what I've seen so far, I like how it's insightful.
Mhm.
It's sharing things like really thoroughly, things that we wouldn't know. They're kind of like opening up the dirty laundry of things and airing it out. I think that GM, I think he was nuts and genius at the same time,
Right.
but he was like very pompous, but he was also very smart at the same time.
Mhm.
Where he made good things, but also he hurt his own self with his ego.
Mhm.
But overall, from what I've seen so far, I like what I see. The I wanted to stay rolling on a good tempo, meaning it not get boring.
Mhm.
But they're just it is what it is. They got to continue on with the facts of what actually happened. But overall, I like it. I think it's good. What are your thoughts?
I enjoy it. My only thing is I don't like the history jumping. I don't like to go in the past and they keep going back and forth.
Yes.
I don't care for those things. Like you said, I like the behind the scenes look of everything,
Yeah.
and especially when you go into the Dream Team and the Dennis Rodman was wild to go and to see to
You
do
know
all.
that from his own 30 for 30.
Yeah, this is my thing to being, and this gonna bring me back to what we talked about earlier. It's hard for me as a guy who roots for teams who have been at best mediocre and having really good years spiked every now and then to see somebody had a team that never lost and he broke it up on purpose.
Yes.
Like that is insane to me. Like
That's what I said.
Jordan could
He,
have won, said they could have won 10 championships.
yes.
And then I was talking to my friend about it. He was like, well, they're getting old. And I said, but they never lost.
Agreed.
They never lost. So you made them lose.
I also feel like this day and age, we try and break people up because they're getting old. What is that?
You just
Until they lose or the wheels fall off, why are we breaking teams up?
because it's different from my Falcons talk because I feel like our team isn't good enough. So let's restart over. This,
But y'all won 3, he retired, and then y'all won 3 again.
yes, this team never lost. And the only thing I do have to critique is when the episode when they talked about Jordan shoes and he was a brand.
Yeah.
You could have a whole episode on Jordan shoes. The fact
Alone.
that this was only a small segment, like I wanted to talk about the band Jordan ones. Like the shoes were banned.
Correct.
That the NBA did not want him to wear it, and they didn't speak about it in the documentary. Like his shoes are such iconic to this day.
I personally feel like that needs to just have its own film.
I agree. But to sit here and kind of brush over the shoe aspect,
Yeah.
I thought it was like really unfair to the culture of his shoes.
The reason why I say no, they touched on it, but they didn't stay on it, which you want them to do.
I wanted them to stay on it.
You can't do that because it's not a Jordan doc.
Well, it's shocked me because it's 95% Jordan.
Because it's 95% his team, but I like at the same time you got to hear this out that they tried to at least incorporate other people.
Yeah, but Scottie Pippen, they were in his episode. Literally, he was probably the quarter of the episode, and then they was like, "All right, let's talk about Scottie. All right, get him out the way. Let's go back to Jordan." Rodman, on the other hand, was like the whole episode was about Rodman.
Because that man was. If you watch the 30 for 30, he was as big as Jordan. Or actually he was bigger at one point.
But I just think you cannot, the significance of his shoes.
You cannot stay on that. That has not. You couldn't stay on that too long.
I wanted a whole episode. not only his shoes. I'm not even talking about his shoes. I'm talking about him as a brand and how that equated from people. Because if it wasn't for Jordan, LeBron wouldn't be where he was as a brand.
We know. But as a '90s, The Last Dance, that can't stay. You can't have a whole episode on that.
If you're gonna do the whole totality, he has to talk. Like you didn't even bring up the band Jordan ones.
Then we need to just have a Jordan 30 for 30.
Well,
all I'm saying is I understand the dynamic of the duck. Like I understand the layout. You can't fit everything in, and then also how hard you may want to like do it. You can't stick on one person, even though he is the king of basketball.
They're doing it. They are doing it. They are sticking on.
But they're probably thinking this too. What you're saying, that could have been a whole episode. That could have been 2-3 episodes. That could have been a whole 9 series documentary. Which, by the way, there is another thing for you guys to watch on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there, but about the guy who got him to be on Jordan and how that brand kind of unfolded. Like there is an actual documentary on Netflix about Jordan shoes.
Right.
So, but you want it within this particular documentary. I get you because I love it.
You can't talk about Jordan without the impact of his sneakers, and then what that opened the door for other athletes and their sneakers. Jordan is the highest shoe to this.
So we talk about they won a championship. You talk about Jerry Krause. You talk about the Pippen thing. You talk about Rodman. You talk about the origins of Michael Jordan getting cut, and then how he got to where he is.
How about the Dream Team, the Bad Boys?
Dream Team. Where are we fitting a whole segment, Daryl, on shoes?
You need to do it.
We can touch on it, but how?
I'm not the producer, so that's not how to figure out.
No, I'm trying to get you a timeline. It doesn't fit.
It does fit.
We have to move on.
I would rather you not say anything than give it that small.
Okay, all right. If we're gonna do it, you throw it at the end of the documentary.
Yeah,
you can't throw it in now
because what Jordan did as a brand, because of what he did. Again, I can't stress this. NBA banned his shoes.
I agree.
And because he said, "Forget that, I'm still gonna wear my shoes," is why we have LeBrons, why we have Kobe's, why we have KD's, why we have.
But we're not there at looking at the future. We're now on the Dream Team stuff in the documentary. We're not at the future.
All right, Dream Team stuff. We are past that because we.
Where are we now?
We're where he's retiring for the first time. His first.
We're not there. Okay, he's retiring for the second time.
No, it's the first one. In the documentary, it's the first one.
Where he went to play baseball?
Yeah, that's where we're at in the documentary.
Why'd they go backwards?
They've been jumping time jump this whole.
So
they've been time jumping.
But I'm confused. They've already completed their first three-peat.
Yeah,
then that's when that first retirement was.
Yeah, so the last episode ends with them winning the third championship, and he's basically tired of basketball. That's what the last episode.
Oh boy, they're really jumping because they're already were kind of further on past that because they're talking about breaking up the team, and then now they're talking about going back to the first three.
That a little bit of my problem is it keeps being a time jump.
Why are we going back to the first three?
So then now you can have a whole episode about sneakers.
Okay, I guess you win again. Because I guess so. If you're gonna go back to the first three, we need to talk about the second three, and then you said retiring. It should be talking about the second retirement.
Yeah, and you still got to do time of he playing baseball because they still went to the Eastern Conference Championship without him, in Game 7 with the Knicks. So you still got to talk about those seasons.
Which my team, the Orlando Magic, was running it up.
Yeah, until they went into Houston.
I'm just saying, Shaq and Penny were the new force.
Until they went into Houston.
Hey, it don't matter. I live my truth. But yeah, it's all over the place. But they should have plugged. If you're talking about the first retirement, that should have been way earlier in the documentary.
Also, when I say shoes, let me clarify. When I say shoes, I'm not only talking about shoes. I'm talking about the McDonald's commercial. I'm talking about Hanes. I'm talking about Space Jam. I'm talking about all the endorsements of making Jordan a brand.
Yes. I just think you need a whole documentary on that because that's exciting in its own right. Like everything, how he was literally a poster child for the NBA, like NBA Michael Jordan.
You're right.
And then the shoes, and then might have added, sir, how you didn't drop the ball on your shoes. Well, the later ones you did.
Oh, the
but
later.
Those core.
Yeah, the core.
How do you go for like 20 shoes and they're all fire? How's that possible?
That's what I'm saying. That's why.
But I'm saying to you, that's a whole nother documentary. That's not in this.
Okay. I could do that.
Okay. All right. Compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd love to see that though, because like the shoe game thing is incredible. Yeah. Which has caused controversy in the modern day and age, with his shoes and also the releases, even more recently. But yeah, I don't know.
Lastly, real quick, basketball. We have the Blazers and the Cavaliers open up their training facilities.
Yes.
Today they have a conference call to see what players, if they have any trepidation about coming back, what are those?
Yep.
Do you think, lastly, let's end this here. Do you think there'll be an NBA season? Well, finish. Let me say, will they finish the NBA season?
I guess since they're doing wrestling and UFC and now golfing is actually going to happen, the Tiger Woods one.
And isn't racing happening?
I
think so with no fans.
All this is no fans. Even the UFC with no fans is weird.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll finish the season. It's going to be forced to go right into playoffs.
Okay. Well, okay.
If they have a season, if you have a season, and then if you do finish the rest of the season, it's going to be back to back to back days. Right. There are no real breaks.
Yeah, I think
it can't be.
I think there'll be like 10 games because I don't think you can go right into the playoffs because you have people like the Pelicans.
No, I understand that, but
fighting for a playoff spot.
They might have to just rule out your potential run to make the playoffs.
Right.
With all things considered, they might have to just be like, I'm sorry, guys. You might have been able to run it up to make the playoffs, but we're going to have to cut this because of what happened. And or if they do, it's going to be in a 2-week span, 14 days. There might be 10 games in that, each team.
Right. And I think we're both saying the same thing, though. The season will finish. I think it's 100% chance the season will finish because it's too much money for them not to.
And they're trying so hard to do so, too. So
I think it will. I think it will, especially when you got LeBron James saying definitely.
Yeah. He's been a big advocate on any news articles that have said something. He'll actually tweet out and be like, that's not true.
All right.
So I think it'll finish, but it's going to be very hectic on the body.
Yeah.
For them.
And then they might be late next year. They might come back like in not Halloween. Halloween's usually the start day.
Yeah, it's correct.
About like Christmas. They might.
Oh, like the lockout season? That's fine.
They might come back there.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. Those first half games are boring anyways.
Right.
They are.
Right.
I usually like basketball after All-Star break. I like Christmas Day, and then I don't like it again until after Super Bowl ends.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's just me because I like watching both, but like football really takes over for me. So yeah,
great.
I don't know, but yeah, but I think it'll finish. And again, yeah, mentioning Tua, his little brother plans to transfer. That's crazy. Where do you think he'll go?
Georgia. No, I don't know.
He's not going to stay in the SEC.
Yeah, he's not. Because usually when they transfer, one of the rules is they don't want to.
Correct.
That's Oklahoma. Seems like everybody goes there.
Watch it be. Watch it for real. Watch it be Oklahoma.
Yeah, since this news just happened, I'm very eager to see why is he transferring.
Yes, we need more information on this. He's opening up the blocks for looking at other options. It might be now that his brother's not there and the family probably wants to dip out. Could be that. It really could be. Let me head to Miami
My head's
because of
Miami.
it might actually be Miami
Miami,
because they're very, 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 very family oriented. Like the whole family moved from Hawaii to
right,
Alabama.
right.
Think about that. That's dedication. It might be Miami, which would be a good fit, to be honest.
No, for him, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So,
yeah, but I'm just eager to read why is he transfer. I think that's
yeah. I got to see a better article, but the Bleacher report didn't say much about it. So,
and ESPN had flashed that he was transferring, but of course they didn't say why.
yes, correct, because it's fresh. But we'll know more in the upcoming days.
Right.
But other than that, anything else?
That's it.
All right. Well, we jam packed this episode, and Daryl got some things off his chest he wanted to talk about. So you guys got to witness it, watch it, and listen. So with that being said, that'll do it for us today with another episode, another week. This is what, episode 36? Wow, really trucking along right there. And it's only going to keep on going and keep on getting better. For you guys watching on YouTube, hello. Hopefully you enjoyed. Check us out on our podcast as well. That's on SoundCloud audio if you don't have time to watch, and also you SoundCloud users listening. You guys can check us out and see us discuss things and watch Daryl's reaction to certain things on YouTube. So all in the link in the description down below for either or and both. So thank you guys so much. We will catch you next week with another jam-packed episode. Stay safe, stay clean. We'll talk to you guys then. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace.